So first up with movie news, we have new trailers. First one is the Captain America TV spot. What'd you guys think of that?
I'll be honest, I saw a trailer for Captain America before Thor, and that was really the first preview I've seen for this that really got me excited. But I keep seeing TV.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I keep seeing TV spots that they're like pumping up the humor aspect. And I'm like, I don't think this is the good one.
Well, I think that the issue there is that they have to push movies like that, like they did it with Green Lantern, they sort of did it with Thor, because that's what's going to get non-fanboys and superhero lovers into these movies. Because any normal person isn't going to like see a Captain America movie and be like, I want to go see that, just because they don't know the whole story and it's kind of daunting. But if you add a bunch of humor in, they'll just be like, oh, this would be a funny story, take the kids, blah, 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 blah. You get more people in that way, and then you can shell out more movies.
I'll agree with you in that sense of it, that's what I feel they're trying to go for. But I liked how you actually see him throwing the shield and you actually see Red Skull talking, because that's been something I've been worried about since I saw the makeup.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know how that was going to carry over well with Hugo Weaving.
Well, I'll tell you what,
good.
the trailer that we saw, the girl with the dragon tattoo, obviously the new version with David Fincher. Yes, no?
I'd never really heard about the girl with the dragon tattoo until like a week ago. I don't know why, I'm just so behind on the times, I guess. But I was like, this looks amazing. It's the feel-bad movie of Christmas, which is awesome, and I love Daniel Craig.
That was cool.
And the soundtrack is gonna be amazing. So there's not one bad part I've seen so far.
I'll agree with what you said earlier when we watched it, that the music definitely pumped me up for that.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome. It looks cool, but I feel like this movie was too new to remake. I really liked Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original foreign version.
And I can see that.
So,
and that's where you and I definitely disagree, where I'm the lazy American. Make the movie so I don't have to read subtitles or listen to dub, but I love this trailer. I love how it was cut to the music. It was gorgeous. David Fincher makes some beautiful films. I was really impressed with the actors that were in it. I
had no idea Daniel Craig was going to be in it, so that was a really cool surprise to see him
he's
involved.
signed for that and the James Bond flicks at the same time.
Oh,
so this will be
very
What I really liked was that it was an awesome trailer where there was no dialogue given away.
There wasn't any. There was no talking in that whole thing.
So you get really excited about just what you're seeing, and you don't even know what the movie's about. Now, as it comes to subtitles, I love subtitled movies. Like Let the Right One In was a much better version than Let Me In, which was a very poorly done remake of something that had came out like a year ago, which I was sort of bummed about, sorry. But now, I feel like I can't watch the first Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because I know it's probably going to be better in its own way, but it's going to sort of ruin the Americanized version for me. So,
on a side note, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and the whole trilogy is on Netflix, the original version.
Yeah, so if you have a chance, you should watch those.
Watch it.
Because they are very good films, but I am a David Fincher fan. I think he does incredible movies. His movies are beautiful to look at, and I'm excited to see that because it's a David Fincher film, but I just didn't feel this needed to be remade so soon.
Well, speaking of
now
remakes,
another remake.
Fright
Night.
That's something I am so excited for.
You and I both.
How cool does that look?
See, that's where you and I differ, but I think that's a generational thing. We're a little
I love the original Fright Night.
In the 80s, and I remember that original Fright Night. It was awesome.
It was.
Going back and watching it, it's like, oh my God, this is so
You're like, what was I thinking?
But the trailer for this one, it feels more gritty, more dirty, more real,
a lot
more violent.
more gritty.
I like it for a whole different reason.
Yeah.
There's a whole attitude between the vampire and the kid
Yeah.
that you didn't get in the original because it was kind of like cheeky 80s movie, but it was still cool back then. But I like Colin Farrell. He's very menacing.
Yes.
And I liked actually this trailer, the second one, you actually see David Tennant, who I couldn't wait to see for being such a giant Doctor Who fan. I wanted to see, and I like how he kind of it's the act, like the show, he takes off the wig. And
yeah, I love it. And I love the fact that, obviously, we're in Las Vegas, and a lot of movies are filmed in Las Vegas. I like that this seems to make Vegas a cool setting.
It does.
That's how The Hangover 1 was for me also.
Exactly.
So, another movie that the trailers have slowly made me grow in liking it a lot more, the new Planet of the Apes flick.
I was not excited for that
Me
after the first
neither.
trailer. And then this one, it still looks a little corny when they're running around the world, just crashing up, but the whole build up to that looks incredible.
Yeah, the first trailer, I couldn't fathom what James Franco was thinking.
That's
Why are you in this movie?
That's what I was, I'm like, man, these decisions you're making.
This one they just released, I was like, okay, now I can see this is more serious. I like the build up. I like where Caesar is going to become, King of the Apes. I like it. I really like it.
I'm excited to see James Franco in a serious role, 127 hours of serious, but I want to see him in something where he is in no way a goofball.
Yeah.
And that's what this looks like.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it because that's sort of him maturing as an actor, which you don't see. You kind of see that, like, I'm always stoned James Franco, but he's never stoned apparently. But so that on that aspect too, I'm really excited for it. Finally, this is a movie that I love because I saw In Bruges, and like the guy I was sitting next to when I saw In Bruges hated it, and I was like, we can't date anymore. The Guard.
You've seen In Bruges as well, right?
Oh, I have. That is such a quotable movie, and
Hands
at the end
down.
it gets a little ridiculous, but
the ending is very ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm just, it makes me sad, but at the same time, like, that's what needed to happen.
yeah.
But I loved that the chemistry between the two of them in that movie, Colin Farrell and
Brendan
Gleeson.
Yeah, who is going to be in The Guard, and now it's him and Don Cheadle, and
Which is amazing.
And when you start off with this preview, you're kind of like, well, okay, it's Brendan Gleeson, maybe, whatever. Then they introduce the American Don Cheadle. And it is just this racist, hilarious fest after that.
the thing I love about all the racist comments, and everyone's giving him crap for it, he's just kind of just,
At one point,
that
he
was his
says,
cut.
yeah,
I'm
he's like, I'm
Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah.
I love how Don Cheadle takes it all. Like any other black person maybe would have been like, this is some BS and gotten really mad. He just sort of takes the high road with every single thing and like tells them
You
about
can
his
tell it's
life
bothering
and-
him though.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, well,
he's
it would
just-
bother anyone.
Yeah.
And it's the funny stereotypes, like, well, from an English point of view, you grew up in the hood.
No,
He's like, no, I was
I grew up in the
raised-
Hamptons and
Well,
stuff.
black people can't ski.
Or is that
He's like, wait,
swimming?
Or
is that
is it
swimming?
It's both.
I mean, it's just funny, silly things that most PC people are like, oh my god, I can't believe they're
Oh,
saying
I
that.
love-
I
love
you
that-
can say now though in this
Exactly.
day and age.
The other thing
It's
I love
totally
is I love
okay.
like how blatant the jokes are too. They're not like beating around the bush and kind of like, oh, it's a racist joke, but they didn't really do it.
Yeah.
He's just out with it.
Oh, totally. And I love that people the whole time are just constantly calling him on it. You know, and at the same time, it's funny to see a black man trying to talk to people who speak Gaelic.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Because he has no idea, like, you can't even fathom how to speak Gaelic because it's ridiculous, but it's so hard for you to even try and, like, get someone to look your way, and he's just on the side of the road, like, I don't know what to do, so.
And what's
really
funny is
excited.
that he's doing an investigation door to door, trying to find information, and these people are like,
Not helping.
we can't or don't want to talk to you.
That's one of the cool things about European cinema is that it's always this good, dry comedy that will have you, like, bent over laughing that you don't always get to see in the States, so really, really excited for it. If it doesn't sound funny, you go watch it anyway, and I guarantee you'll love it.
And go to nerdlocker.com to see all these trailers and let us know what you think.
Right down here.
Comments.
Comments.
We like
I'm
comments.
sorry.
Right here.